evil Queen Serena, not Princess Serena. Hello, I'm Princess Serena, not Princess Serena, and today the day has finally come that I'm going to show you my Once Upon a Time pin collection. I'm so excited to show y'all that I had a little look going on. So I have a red because Regina is not a secret on this channel, is my favorite character. I got the little crown here, the return since I dressed up as her in October. If you haven't checked that video out, definitely check it out. Lots of fun there. And then we got the black heart again because, you know, her heart is dark and it's completely black. Chills. And then I also have this candle here of the poison apple, which is from Charmed Aroma. And my friend Sophia gave me it for my birthday, and I finally started lighting it this month. And I finally got the ring out. You have a choice of like 5 different rings you can get that are all Evil Queen inspired. So yeah, I'm excited to get into that. I've been waiting so long. But hey, Regina was waiting a long time for her happy ending. So, you know, it's only fair that I did the same to myself. But today, the curse is broken and I'm finally able to show you my Once Upon a Time pins. On that board over there, I actually redid that whole board yesterday and I am obsessed with how I did it. So without further ado, let's get into it. Moving into the top left-hand corner here, we got Snow and Charming. What I decided to do was spread out the dancing couple pins because they were absolutely gorgeous, and I feel like they would overwhelm each other if they were right next to each other, which they used to be, so I'm glad I changed that. And I decided to put them in order of when the couple was formed and then surround them with smaller pins that have to do with them. The backs of these are so cute. So this one says the Prince and the Bandit, and this one's only limited edition 30, whereas the rest are 50. So of course we have I Will Always Find You, because they always say that to each other when they lose each other and like curses, and they always say, did you ever doubt I would? And then there's a little wedding ring on there. It's such a cute touch. Moving down here, they're the axes. I mean, of course it has to do with Snow White. It's not called Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs for nothing. And I love that there's a dreamy one because Grumpy's name used to be Dreamy, but his dreams were crushed, so his new name was Grumpy. And then this Storybrooke main one could have been anywhere, and I specifically didn't put it next to Regina's because her couple, like, you know, she's turning over a new leaf, no more curses, but I put it here just because there was a nice gap for this sized pin. Love how it has the purple fog that was the curse. Rumpelstiltskin dagger, which of course is pointing right at Belle, and we have Beauty and the Beast here, aka Belle and Rumpelstiltskin, aka Belle and Gold, aka Carl and Ellie. There are a lot of different characters at the same time, but it is a gorgeous pin nonetheless. And I love the sparkles on her dress and the rose accents. It is beautiful. The Beast and the Beauty, you know, gotta make it sound artistic and flip it. Moving here, there is a pretty big gap just to make sure the middle part was in the middle exactly, but as I get more, which of course I will, as there's more smaller ones I will add and there won't be a gap. So we have the Once Upon a Time book in the middle, of course, because that's where it all starts. It's from the same creator as the dagger and the Polaroid of Storybrooke. And to the left is also kind of where it started as well because it's the Evil Queen. So I decided to get rid of most of the Disney pins on here, even though they are inspired by their characters. But this one I had to keep because it's too perfect. It's the Evil Queen on a queen card, and her mom in the show is the Queen of Hearts. So I just think that is perfect. And it's because of her mom, really, that she, you know, turned out the way that she did and did all of these horrible things. To the right, there actually are a couple of official Once Upon a Time pins. I believe they came out in 2013. It's from the spin-off Once Upon a Time in Wonderland, and I thought it was perfect that the spin-off show is right next to the show here, Once Upon a Time. And on the bottom, we got the Queens of Darkness, and Cruella is my favorite, so she's in the middle, and she has like an actual, you know, face and body and everything, and it's perfect because this looks like exactly like the actress in the show. And then I got more kind of vague ones for Ursula and Maleficent. The 4 Disney pins I actually traded for, I didn't buy. And then moving over here is Captain Swan. It is gorgeous. This is actually the reason I thought of the whole clump idea. I came up with this set first and like, oh my gosh, I think there's pins that have to do with all of them, so I was excited to put them together. So just like the I Will Always Find You one, this was in the same set. There actually was none for Rumbelle for some reason, but I'm not mad about it. They definitely are my least favorite ship. Kind of got really repetitive, but Captain Swan here, I love this one. It is so sparkly, the blue, and then we got the sparkles on the red. It's from when they went to the enchanted forest and they danced and she was actually a princess. a pirate and a princess. A hook pin, and then the car is driving into my favorite ship, Outlaw Queen. But honestly, a better name would be like R squared. Like, that's why I love this pin that came in that 3-pin set with the couples R and R. And then it's the apple because of Regina, and then it has the arrow because of Robin, and it's beautiful. You know, when I was watching this show, because I binged it, I was like, okay, but when is she gonna get like a new love? And I'm happy they eased into it. It was more realistic. She was still hurting from Daniel and everything, her first love. She slowly eased into Robin and started opening up, and because of where her character was, it kind of made more sense. And she was still kind of hard on him. He smells like forest. Like, oh my gosh, she has so many quotable moments. But yeah, I really like this ship. It's my favorite, not just because it's Regina, but because like he really made her so happy, and they were so cute. Like, oh, I loved it. A thief and a queen. And they even look so good from the back, just a silhouette of them staring at each other. Oh my God. The arrow is pointing not at Regina, but just at the ship in general, just because, you know, they don't make it. I mean, technically they make it, technically they don't. You're gonna have to watch the show if you haven't to find out what I mean. And then at the bottom here, I lined up all 11 of the different characters that Once Upon a Pinco made of the full body ones. And I made them specifically be in an order that made sense. So we have Red. She's like Snow's best friends. And then, of course, Snow is next to Charming. And Charming kind of has like a bromance going on with Hook in later seasons, which I'm living for. And then, of course, Emma. And then Emma is next to her kid Henry. And then Henry has to be between his two mothers. So Regina is next to Robin. And then I don't feel comfortable putting Robin next to Zelina. I'd rather Zelina next to Regina, but I needed Robin next to Regina. But I mean, they technically are related in a certain way. Rumple, I mean, I should say Gold. This is the gold version of him, of course. And this is the Wicked Witch version. There is a variant of this one with her like regular skin. And then there's a variant of Regina in a purple dress. And then there's a variant of Emma in a white dress. But I don't need all the variants. I was happy to get whatever I could and just have one of each. I was very lucky I could find them all. I actually got most of them from the creator herself. And Rumple, yeah, definitely has to do with everyone, but it makes sense that he's next to Zelina as well. And then Belle is on the end, which makes complete sense because she doesn't interact with anyone other than Rumple. I like that she's facing in as well. So I put all of my profiles on here, starting with the evil queen herself. I've shown this many times on the channel, but it's the only pin-on-pin pin that I have here, and is stunning with the sparkles and the evil queen's mirror as the background, which is so creative. And they all have quotes on the back from the character. I shall destroy your happiness if it's the last thing I do, from the first episode. And it's limited edition 35. I was so lucky to find this. I just started collecting Once Upon a Time in June. I think I've been doing pretty well, if I do say so myself, finding them all. Then we got Mayor Mills. I love how there was a variant of this. And she's grabbing the heart, and there's the mirror as well in a darker tone. This is my happy ending. I love them next to each other. And then in the middle of the top, this is the only one that was from a different creator. It's Emma and Regina and Henry. I just think it's so great because like it's his adoptive mom and his birth mom together, and it's like so reminiscent of season 1. And you got the book in front of him because he was so fascinated by it. And it is huge. And it was my first Once Upon a Time pin mail back in June, actually. And then I placed the Regina ones next to Regina on this pin. And then I did the Hook and Emma one next to Emma here. This was the last profile I was able to track down back in November. I'm still looking for Robin and Charming. And this one says, a man unwilling to fight for what he wants deserves what he gets. That's quite the vessel there you got, Captain Swan. Why, thank you. This is hands down one of my favorites for sure that I have because it has her iconic car, but then it also has her holding the sword because she's the savior. I'm giving into love. It's so cute. She has her guard up so much, and then Hook slowly brings it down. Like literally, she has her sword up about to fight the guy. And of course, Dr. Wales and Zelina don't interact at all, but the boys face one way and the girls face another, and it looks good, and they're about the same size, so I decided to put those together. So Dr. Wales, aka Frankenstein. I wasn't such a bad guy, you know. I just wanted to bring life back. I love the gem elements on her just because of the emerald necklace she has, so it's perfect that it kind of borders the whole pin. The queen may be evil, but I am wicked. She has a variant that has her with the green skin, and that one says wicked always wins. Belle looking at each other. I actually really like these twins, especially Belle. So Gold has the book behind him, and he has his dagger, of course. And I mean, this is the one quote anybody would guess. It has to be this, or what even is this pin? Magic always comes with a price, dearie. All magic comes with a price, dearie. I can't get over this one. It is so stunning how she's holding the rose on the chipped teacup. Just like my chipped polish here. Oh my gosh. Sometimes the best cup is chipped. We got Jefferson, aka the Mad Hatter, and then we got Ruby, aka Red, aka Red Riding Hood, aka the werewolf, aka I wish she was more prominent in the story past season 2. Again, nothing to do with each other, but they're similar in size. Of course he has his hat. Everyone wants a magical solution for a problem, and everyone refuses to believe in magic. Which is a perfect quote for him because his curse was that he wasn't cursed and he had his memories and nobody else did. And then Red simply just has a wolf as the background. You know, she's learning to control the wolf, embrace the wolf. Everyone calls me Red. And then moving down here, I have the fandom set that came out in the beginning of 2021, and I have the second fandom set that is on pre-order, hopefully coming in the next couple of months. But for now, my fave, Regina, and they also have quotes on the back as well. And I didn't get the Emma one right away, but then I found it for like a really good deal because the creator actually had the Hook and Regina one already. Yeah, like 14 of the pins, most of them being the smaller full body ones. She still had a couple of the profiles and fandom sets as well, still in stock, so I was able to get like a really good bundle deal, which was amazing. It was a great kickstart to my collection and really encouraged me to go for the rest. So we got Regina in front of the mirror again, but in a different design, and these ones are straight on, which are really cool, and they're bigger. It's a nice switch up and a different design, so I'm hoping she makes another fandom set of different ones characters, hopefully later this year. Since when do I care about anyone's happiness but mine? It took me a few months to realize that the purple swirl in the background isn't just a random purple swirl, it's a swan. How did I not see that? It's literally on her shoulder. What? Sorry, the only one who saves me is me. It's kind of the opposite of the quote of this one, but it just shows like how much growth Emma has had as a character. I love the other two pins from this fandom set, but unlike those, whereas the profile versions are still my favorite of those characters, this pin is actually, in my opinion, the superior one compared to this Hook one, but I still love both, of course. But look how realistic his face is. Oh my gosh. And just his whole outfit here and the rings and the earrings, like all the details are there. Are you kidding? Every day without hope is a day closer to being a lost boy. And then moving down one more time, I have Snow White. I'm missing Charming to face right by her, and it actually is a crown instead of a snowflake, and it's the same background and everything, and it has the same quote. I did some digging. It's gonna look so good once I get Charming. Not if, when. I will find him. I will always find him. I will always find you. See, she agrees. Limited edition 35, which is probably why it's been harder to find. The rest are limited edition 50 for the most part, except for the Evil Queen. So these two are kind of the chasers in a sense. But for now, she's staring at her castle. So this is actually a Disney pin. It's part of the castle collection. And I never thought I would be getting any of these, although they're gorgeous. And I'm glad I found an excuse to get one. And plus it was on sale for 40% at my Disney store when it was closing. So I was like, okay, fine, I'll get it. So you open it. And then you see the rooms in the castle. And this room specifically just makes me think of the Evil Queen castle for some reason. Some of these rooms, like, it makes me think of the different castles that are in the show. Here's an overview of my smaller ones board. It's kind of funny because whenever I do these overviews, usually it's from top to bottom, not from side to side, but this board is so long, and it could be vertical as well. I have another one for my Wally board that's vertical, but the reason I went with this board was specifically to make sure that all of these characters would fit on one row, because I tried fitting them on like 2 different rows, and honestly, it did not look good. It was like they were stepping on each other. It was horrible, so I was like, okay, I need to find a long enough board. Here's an overview of my profile and fandom pins. And now on to the candle and ring. Hello, future princess. It is I, past not princess over here. A dark and fruity scent. I don't know what they mean by dark, but I know why it is dark, because it is inspired by the evil queen, which is my favorite character from Once Upon a Time, which clearly I love that show so much. And I could smell it from already outside of the box, and it smells so good. You can actually reuse this poison apple as like decor. You could put things in it. I already have a plan. I'm gonna put my brushes in it. I think this is gonna be a cool aesthetic for my washroom. There are mystery rings, sterling silver rings in here, and they're actually in the candle and they're wrapped, so they're not going to be ruined by the wax. 3 of them are kind of with crowns, and the one of them looks like a sword, and the one of them is the poison apple, which is my least favorite for a ring. I really like it for the candle, but I hope I get one of the other 4 in here. My favorite is this one over here, and then my second favorite, and most of my family's favorite, is this. I'm a person, I love to like ask what everybody's favorite is and compare. It's interesting. All right, it is nice and bubble wrapped, and yeah, it is really heavy. Wow, okay, this is so glossy and shiny. Oh, I love the little detailing as well, the little dents here, and oh yeah, definitely smell that fruity scent. Maybe key to Disney, you could tell me, because you are very familiar with candles and scents and all that stuff. When they describe something as dark, what does that smell like? Because I'm not sure. As you go around, it's so pretty, just like how it looks like it's all dripping, which is perfect because you know it's poison, but then also it's a candle. I actually cannot believe there's a ring somewhere in here. It's currently November 28th, 2021. My prediction is it's gonna be sometime in January when I show you the ring. Let's cut to my future very excited self to show you which ring I got. Thanks, past self, and you're right, it is January. All right, so I have the ring in hand here. I didn't film getting it out because there's like all wax everywhere, and like I had to really concentrate. It was a major procedure to take the tweezers and take the tinfoil ever so gently and then get all the wax off and then get it out of the bag, but we're here and it's amazing. So here it is. Oh my gosh, so let me just switch rings here. All right, the deed is done there. Oh, I love it. It's like we got the heart and we got the crown and then we got the little like collar going on. And it just makes me think of like those kind of designer stickers, you know, the ones that like don't have a face because of the heart is kind of like the face. And yeah, I am utterly obsessed, and I kind of like that it's like this like black little like dainty ring going around. It doesn't like make it too flashy. It's like really dainty, but it's also like a sizable ring, and that's my style. Like it's cute and dainty, but it's like with a purpose. Like it's not completely plain. Obviously evil queen, like oh my gosh. I love how many elements that remind me of her. And then this little gem as well at the bottom is really cute, and it just like ties the whole thing together. So that's it for my Once Upon a Time pin collection and new ring and candle. I hope you enjoyed, and if you haven't already, please subscribe for more pin related content from me every Tuesday, and to see my Once Upon a Time pin collection grow. One of mine that I pre-ordered in August officially said it's going to ship to me at the end of the month. I'm so excited. The end of the month is like literally in a few days. I am ready as I'll ever be. Wrong fandom, that's Tangled. But it's such a unique concept to like have a piece of jewelry in a candle and like have to light it to get it. It gives you like a reward, and like for what? For making your house smell good? Here you go, here's some jewelry. And I would love to know in the comments below what your favorite pin I showed was today, and if you've seen the show, what your favorite character is. You don't have to ask me what mine is. I think it's pretty obvious. And as always, take care of yourselves and have a magical day. Bye.